One. All right. Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Orange D&D. This is Deja Vu Part 2, the Delinquents session number 34. Our last session was, of course, Deja Vu Part 1. Session 33 on the 29th of April, 2023. Hopefully this music isn't too loud because I'm playing it from here. But the events of last session are as follows. First of all, thank you to Jen for providing a session summary. If you don't already have it, you can take inspiration. If you do, then you are, as they say in Squid City, SOL.
Dang it, last time I got gold.
Sorry. The events of last session are as follows. So, the party had just returned to Harkham's office after a battle with no memory of previous events. Strange sense of deja vu, as if they had been in this type of situation before, lying injured, battered, and bloodied in the office of the director of arcane studies at the University of Squid City. Ashim quickly took inventory of the situation, seeing that Palmer, though not clearly injured on the outside, was worse for wear, barely conscious, kind of really not there. He immediately began to question Harkham, asking what had happened, suspicious that, of course, his father had caused something like this, knowing his reputation. While the rest of the party began to attend to Palmer, this conversation between Harkham and Ashim continued. Snipe grabbed a stiff drink from one of the discarded old casks that Guybrush had left behind, while Agval and Gorn steadied each other, also weakened. All of the party felt that their strength had been sapped away, strangely, but again, they could place no memory after an encounter, a strange, secluded lab that they had discovered that Guybrush Johnson, former director, had tucked away. As the party discussed what had happened and continued to tend to Palmer, Professor Farah came in, asking immediately if Palmer was okay before mistakenly interpreting what she was seeing as an Arathalian custom, and she is from Jobi Joba, the city of joy, and thus the meeting of family members and old friends is often celebrated with plenty of food and drink, as she believed had occurred. Ashim and Harkham went along with this to not rouse any suspicion. And she left, but not after informing Harkham that he had been missing some of his lectures, and in fact, it appeared, according to what she said, that it was 3 days further in the future than when the party had left. Again, confused where 3 days could have escaped to. The party discussed amongst themselves before Harkham left for class. The rest of the group stood in the office for some time before they decided that their best course of action would be to bring Mr. Palmer down to the infirmary to get checked out. They went to the infirmary in the Department of Divine Studies, putting Palmer in bed. They were all tended to and asked questions by both Danica, the head nurse, and some of the other students and volunteers at the infirmary that they mostly could not find the answers to. Ashim tried to relay some sort of knowledge on his injuries to the medical staff, implying that it could be necrotic in nature, but taking care not to reveal that he, in fact, may have accidentally been the cause of it, given his forays into necromancy in the past. It did not seem that they were too suspicious, nor did they much understand exactly what he was saying. Mace attempted to relay more info to the nursing assistants, but was unsuccessful in convincing them as well. He mostly just thought that she was confused after a traumatic event of some sorts. Eventually, everyone, save for Eddie, Mr. Palmer, was cleared by the nurses, um, while they were informed that Palmer would have to likely stay in the infirmary for some time longer while he rested and recovered. Ashim briefly asked some of the staff if they had met with a young woman named Maple, uh, one of their friends from the school, whom they were concerned about. And after some discussion, they they explained to nursing students or to the medical staff or students that somebody probably knew Maple and that they would check in on her. As the party left to return to their dormitory, Aaron began to investigate his person and found a strange message carved into the back of his map. A few brief words, which I hope you have all written down if you heard them. Confused by this, the rest of the party began to search their own persons, with some of them finding notes as well. They discussed the events with the opal and their history with it so far, theorizing potentially travel to another dimension. Some of this was dismissed as hogwash and unfounded, leaving the party with no solid theory on exactly what had happened. Lava found her own notes, told the party about it, and began to piece together some of the mystery with what glimpses they had. As they walked and discussed, Marcus suggested that they talk with his uncle, Guybrush, whom had not been to the university in some time after the most recent incident, but had been involved before with the last time something like this happened. And seeing that it had happened once again, the party and Marcus decided that he was likely the closest thing to an expert that would be willing to help them they could find. Marcus gave them his address, 2016 Sabbath Lane, identified by Mace as really a pretty well-off area. Snipe studied a divine altar of Arabella before they left the Department of Divine Studies. And stepping out into the cold October air in the mountains, they eventually returned to the dormitory. Okay. Let's see. Back in the dormitory, Lava gave Ashim a hug, saying, "I'm sorry about your mom, man," and then showed some of the party, well, at least Ashim, that she can change her body to become large. Ashim and Gorn questioned this new power and what exactly Lava was capable of, with her eventually admitting that she could, in fact, mimic people's appearances and voices, and that as far as she knew, no one else in her family could do the same. And they discussed this briefly, with Aaron chiming in and being generally supportive of her weirdness. While Snipe took the magic carpet into the side room and began making an altar based off of the altar to Arabella that he had seen in the Divine Department. Putting the carpet on a small box, placing his obsidian box on top, and many shiny rocks and a couple of candles, dedicated to no one in particular. Very neat. The party dispersed to their sleeping quarters. Before everyone went to sleep, Ashim attempted to commune with Bearless instead of Aaron's head, with really no success, unfortunately for him. In the morning, Aaron summoned Bearless into the physical world to keep him with him during their travels to Guybrush's home. While the rest of the group went to visit Palmer in the infirmary, they found that he was still sleeping when they got there, and they decided not to wake him, instead leaving him the adventuring club hat, and Lava leaving him a little stuffed bird looking away from him as acknowledgement that they were there when he woke up. And then they left for Director Johnson's house, with Aaron eventually meeting up with them on the way to Sabbath Lane. Gorn did not go. Eventually, the party ventured over to the neighborhood, seeing a carriage, Mumford and Sons, parked outside of the house. Lauva made a bit of a scene in the nice neighborhood by yelling at the house, trying to get Marcus's attention, much like that dog. While Mace, like a civilized person, instead used the equivalent of the magic doorbell, getting Marcus's attention and getting them access to the home. Once they entered the not quite manor, but very nice house, they met briefly with Gimbo Mumford. They met briefly with Gimbo Mumford, attorney at law. You good?
Yep. I'm just gonna grab the baby gate so she won't.
Okay.
Excuse me.
So, they met briefly with Gimbo Mumford, attorney at law, who was clearly... is this not streaming properly? Oh, it is. Who was discussing some sort of case with Director Johnson. Before seeing that he had company, he briefly introduced himself to the party and then dismissed himself from the home. Once he had left, Director Johnson immediately said, basically, all right, go home, leave. I can't talk to you. Before the party managed to get him to sit down upon mention of the Opal and strange events once more in the Department of Arcane Studies. Excuse me. Ishim explained the most recent events with his father and the others, and over the time of their visit, the party explained the strange circumstances surrounding the death and disappearance of Cecilia in the minds of many, and many of the strange things that they had encountered in the last month since Director Johnson's departure, we'll say. They did learn, of course, that he was under house arrest and currently involved in a criminal trial for potential sabotage, endangerment to students, and a number of other charges leveraged on him. Though he was somewhat reluctant to help regardless, worried about being tossed into the vault, a maximum security prison underneath the mountain, Guttersnipe was able to use a newly found power within himself to reveal a brief glimpse of events forgotten to Director Johnson. Burning into his arm, your students are telling the truth. Guybrush was convinced by this. Ashim shared his notes with the group. The rest of the party explained basically anything that they knew that was notable about what had been happening. He told them about his tome that he would like to have back if he were really to help him. The party devised several schemes to get it back, with Aaron outing Lauva's most recently revealed secret, much to her dismay, before Guybrush, clearly a genius-level intellect, suggested that they simply ask him for it. Taken aback by this completely reasonable course of action, the party considered that, but did not decide on anything exact, and were eventually kicked out by Director Johnson, who said that he would begin to consult his own library, begin to do some research on exactly what the Opal may be and exactly what it was doing and why. Those are the events. Session number 34. Sorry, 33. Or maybe it is 34.
It is 34. You said this.
No, today's session is 34.
This is true.
Or was it? Maybe today's 35. Anyways.
Could be 40.
I write the session summary, you can't.
Those are the events of session 33. This is session 34, Deja Vu 2. It is the 28th of May, 2023. Are there any questions, comments, or concerns related to the game before we begin?
I need a bigger kitchen.
Okay. Anything else before we begin?
I don't know how much money I have.
How much money you have?
No, because I bet the thing on the sheet is different than what I...
Well, don't worry about it too much.
Okay.
Be what it be.
Great. Hearing nothing, we will begin. Welcome, everybody. This is session 34. So, where we last left off, you have all just left 2016 Sabbath Lane, Guybrush and Marcus's home in the north side of the second level of Squid City. You've all presented a lot of information about yourselves and everything that has been happening recently to your former mentor, professor, enemy, however you want to look at this guy. And have been assured that so long as you help him, he will attempt to help you in uncovering exactly what is going on at the university, why it is happening, and what, if anything, can and should be done about it. But as of right now, there has been no progress made on this, and there may not be made any for some time, as it will take Director Johnson, former Director Johnson, some time to compile all of your notes and do his own research and whatnot. Meanwhile, you have also been informed by Dello after the recent fiasco at the department at 715 Creeks that you would be laying low for some time while you waited for the heat to die down after Carlin's arrest. And finally, there has been no news from Director Halfpint on any developments with the Adventuring Club or any sort of field trips or excursions within the city regarding it. It's at this time, as you're walking back, that you kind of process all of this information going on. You realize that there's really nothing. There's no guiding elements here. There's nothing really to do moving forward. It seems for the most part that the only thing you can do is bide your time, do what you've been told to do, help where you can, and wait for someone to do something. Someone more powerful or more knowledgeable or more influential than you. Eventually, you all arrive back at the dormitory. It is the night of Thursday, October 11th, 995. You return to the dorm, crack open the door. Goran is nowhere to be found at first until one of you steps inside of the door and you see that he has located himself right behind the door, weapon drawn. But as you walk in, oh, all right, it's just you guys. Were you followed?
No.
All right, good. Yeah, come in. Come on. I've kept it safe. Nobody got in or out.
Good job, Goran.
So, is Palmer still at the infirmary then?
The infirmatory? The laboratory. Do you
Palmer
have...
hasn't come back then?
No.
I think he'll be alright.
I don't know. I mean, he's pretty small and weak. You know.
I'm gonna turn right back around.
They're going to want to keep him for another night or two. You saw how he was.
Yeah, but she said maybe today.
Maybe.
Maybe.
All right. Well, how about you just barge on through?
Yep.
Alva back to. Thank you. Yeah, Lava, you are not to be stopped, it seems, in this endeavor, and you all watch as some of you are kind of entering into the dorm. Lava immediately pushes past back you through the door and quickly down the stairs.
I guess I'll go with her in case she receives bad news or whatever.
I'll come with you. I haven't seen Palmer yet, so I'll tag along.
10-4. The rest of you, anything, or are you simply taking some time after a long day, or apparently 3?
I'll be busy. I work like in the main common area, so you two go on ahead. I have studies that I must attend to.
Okay. Snipe?
Study.
I have studies.
Yeah. I'll meditate in front of my altar.
Great. And Agval's there. Yeah. Yeah. You know what? I think I'm gonna stay here too. Just think about some things, you know. Looks at Gorn. Right. Agval places himself on his big old chair.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Don't I still have a bed I'm gonna pick up from fucking the park?
Yeah, that's gotta get delivered to you.
Oh, okay.
It's a full bed.
Okay.
I guess you need to hire a moving service or something like that. So, okay. Yeah, while the rest of you just kind of busy yourselves inside of the dorm after a long, confusing day, Lauva and trailed by Aaron and Mace, the 3 of you eventually return to the Department of Divine Studies, where you enter into the infirmary. Lava, you explain that you're here to visit someone. It's rather late in the day at this point, probably like sundown. You've spent, though you went to Director Johnson's in the morning, you spent quite a bit of time, and the walking to and fro, since you didn't drive, was quite a bit of a hike. So you guys have been walking basically all day. You're rather fatigued, except for Mace, apparently. Old lady's got stamina like you wouldn't believe.
Yeah.
Don't make
Yeah, what's funny about that, Jen, huh?
Yeah, Mace fucks, by the way.
We all know Mace fucks, let's be real.
That one lady from the dress shop, you know I saw her later.
Damn, yeah, Mace has got fucking Riz.
Mace took the thing back alone, so like...
Squid Rizzy.
Squid Rizzy.
No, I guess the shoe did come with you, but he can look the other way.
Yeah, it's fine. Go in the other room.
Okay.
Alright,
Then you pay the
of you eventually arrive at the infirmary. You kind of slowly,
Slowly.
you open up the door. There are a few other patients who are like soundly sleeping in their beds, and one of them, like a gnomish woman with a fucking gouge on her head, is like, goes back to sleep upon seeing that you mean her no harm. You're not a fucking guy with a pipe or something gonna beat her head in.
Could have been.
Any other day.
Any other day.
You see Palmer is in fact there where you left him. He is conscious, actually. You see him, he's still before approaching him, you see he's still very, not out of it, but like not feeling very good. He's clearly drained and weak. He's kind of got the adventuring hat with him, and he's kind of like unfolding and refolding kind of weakly with shaky hands just to give himself something to do. But as soon as the door opens, it's like, hey man.
Hey. You don't look good.
No, man, I don't feel very good either.
At least you're awake, I guess.
Yeah. Hey.
Oh, we come in later.
Yeah, you guys kind of come in right behind her. Hey, guys.
Hey, Palmer.
What's up, man?
Oh, what's up with you? How you feeling?
Oh,
I don't.
Have they let you know anything about when they'll release you, or?
Oh, man, I don't know. Well, he tries to...
Don't.
Okay, buddy.
Probably not for a little bit, all things considered. I feel pretty... Oh, man. Oh, I can't... when you try and, like... When you're really sick, you try and close a fist and you just can't, like, quite do it. That's like me, but my whole body right now.
Unfortunately, feeling awful is one of the first steps to feeling better.
I guess so, man. Oh, God. Oh, try it above. Oh, I pass out again soon.
Really, we just came to see you, and, well, we're happy that you're awake. Lava?
Happy you're alive.
Well, I wanted to check on you because you were asleep when we were there this morning, and I wanted to see if you were awake yet. Because she said maybe you could come home today, but clearly not.
No. Man, I'd love to, but I don't think I could sleep on that couch right now.
You could sleep on not a couch. I could drag the bed to the middle room, and you could sleep on the bed.
You can get me there, I think. I don't know, man. I might just stay here for now.
Yeah, that's probably better.
Yes.
Hey, don't tell Ashim, man. But I think I got a new design for the hat.
Does it look better than the other one?
Yeah, you take a look at it, and Palmer, it's some shaky work, and some of the adhesive is missing and torn up. It's a little more, it's a little flashier, a little more tasteful. Don't say it was my idea though. You should
I'll say it's my idea actually.
No, that's a worse idea. Just give him some, let him have it be like his idea.
Yeah, okay. I think I can swindle that.
You
looks nice. How long did that take you?
Oh, I've been doing it since I woke up.
When did you wake up? Yes.
He looks at the window. Earlier.
Is the sky still blue?
No, it's like orange.
What color was the sky when you woke up?
Blue.
So a fair amount of time.
Yeah, it's been a little while. I've been sleeping a lot mostly.
Do you recall anything at all of how you were in this state at all?
No, I was hoping I could ask you that.
They know more than me. Someone found a note card they had written on or something. I can't remember what.
I mean, I found these words on the back of my map that I assumed that I wrote, but that's all we really have. Seems that wherever we went, our memories we just forget about them. So.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Oh well, hey, maybe we'll get lucky and the triads light will show the way.
Maybe. That doesn't seem like we've been so lucky thus far.
No, I don't think so. Oh man. Oh, I can feel my ribs when I breathe.
Well, that's good.
Do you need us to get a nurse?
No, it's been all day. I'm good. Promise.
All right.
Well,
if no one has anything else to say, we might as well leave you to rest. I mean, you should. It will help you heal.
we just wanted to check up on you, buddy. See if you're okay.
Is there anything we can do to help you?
You could, he kind of awkwardly looks over at the bird.
Oh, yeah.
Thing's kind of wigging me out, man. Thanks.
Wait. So was it like a stuffed bird, or was it like
It's a little stuffed bird, yeah.
Oh.
Oh man, I was gonna say something. Oh, sorry. I can barely focus right now.
It's all right. It's not your fault.
You just need more rest.
Yeah, I think so. Hey, whatever happened. Oh, I kind of. Oh, okay, well, I can't do that. Nothing's wrong on the outside. I still got my, I'm good. Just gonna hang out, I think.
Once you get you some water.
No, I'm okay. I got some water right there.
And
yeah, I know. It's cool. I didn't mention it before.
Okay.
if you'd like, we can come back in the morning as well. I mean, I'm sure Lava would love to, make sure you're all right.
Lava's just been like staring at you to make sure you're not dead
Yeah.
the entire time.
Yeah, I'm like, are you all right, man?
I'm just kind of worried about you.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I'm fine. No, I mean, you could check up in the morning. I'd probably still be here, I think. If you could, oh man, I don't know if you could sneak me in like an easel or something. Some paint. Pass the time a bit.
Sure, that could be done.
Yeah.
Gives you kind of weird, weak smile. Okay. No, that's, oh, man. I think that's it, man.
All right. Well, I guess we'll see you in the morning.
Yeah.
Get better, buddy.
On it. Let me know if you figure out anything. Dying to know. Literally.
Of course.
You'll be the first to know.
Thanks.
Good night, Palmer. And I'll slowly start to walk out of the room.
Oh
Meanwhile, the guy next to you in bed with like all his limbs missing is like, cry me a river.
Yeah, fucking Johnny got his gun next to him. Boom, bing, boom, bing.
If you had no limbs, how could you play banjo?
Yeah, no, it's one. Metallica's one.
Well, I was gonna leave, but like really slowly, making sure he is still alive as he walks out the door.
And he doesn't like die.
And feels like shit. Yeah, Lava, you very slowly after everybody else like step out and step back in real quick just to make sure he's still there. It's like, thanks for visiting, man.
You're welcome. You look like shit.
Thanks.
But I wish it was an outside wound. You could fix it. That's came out wrong. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry I offended you, Noodles. Noodles, come here. That came out wrong.
I get what you mean.
Sleep. Sleep good.
Hey, you too.
Slowly exit.
Okay. Still, I'll be right here. I can stay outside the door all night. You want me to? Great. Yeah, the three of you leave the infirmary and presumably head back to the dormitory.
No. It's okay, don't worry about it.
Okay.
You're going to see that lady
It's
again.
The voices in my head told me to.
To see the lady again.
All right. Eventually, you all return to the dormitory, and you rest. Take a long, deserved rest. You're all very tired, drained, pretty brain foggy yourselves, especially now that Palmer mentions that the entire day has kind of been like, ooh, jumping from one moment to the next, and a lot of the connective tissue is kind of fuzzy. Eventually, at the end of the day, you chalk it up to fatigue. And in the morning, you reckon you'll feel a little better. All right. So, it is Friday, October 12th, 9:95. And here is how this next section is going to work. As previously mentioned, you guys have no current extrinsic motivation to go out and do anything, and for the most part, your tasks consist of biding time. So, what we're going to do, it'll be kind of circular. We will be passing about 30 days of time. First of all of you can designate a task or something that you'd like to work on during this time. It doesn't have to take the full month of time, but a long-term task that you'd like to work towards, and as time passes, you'll kind of see how your progress goes, and eventually, if you are able to, you'll complete it. As well as that, this will go around in turns. I'm going to have you all pick random numbers 1 through 22. And there are several little events around campus that you will get engaged with on top of your typical day-to-day routine with classes and whatever you're working on, etc., etc. So as we go and we pick numbers, we'll cross off which ones we have already done until the month is over, basically. Any questions on how that's going to work? They'll be semi-short little things, not full like. You'll have, it depends. You'll see.
This is slice of life style.
It's a little bit like that.
Yeah.
So first of all, before we start running around for some events, it is October 12th, 1995. You have all woken up. Friday, October 12th, 1995. Yes, you have all woken up in the morning. There is a weight that's been lifted off of all of you, though nothing. There's still very much that does not make sense to you from what has been happening. At the very least, you have been able to you've been able to meet with former Director Johnson, perhaps one of the more knowledgeable people you know, present all of your information to him, and at least all of you, on varying levels, depending on your opinion of the man, feel a little more comfortable in your situation, knowing that an authority figure is actually working to help you with this. Everything else, of course, is still running through your minds, all the events with Dello and the mob, and Norbit, and your typical school things, your interpersonal relationships, and whatnot. There's still a sense of brain fog that will continue to last throughout the next week or so as you are going through these things, but eventually does dissipate. But at the very least, you feel a little... You finally have some time to breathe, to go to classes, to learn, to do what you have come here for. And you decide that now is probably the best time to begin working on some of your personal projects, if you have them. So, well, we're not going to go in alphabetical order. We're just going to go in this order real quick. Mace, what are you going to be starting your work on this month, if anything? It can be very specific, or it can be like general. Like, I'm just going to keep an eye out for strange things around the school, or watch over my pals. Whatever you like.
Well, I guess, how far up does Mace remember to? Because everything that happened within the void is forgotten. But do I remember points up to, like, the book bursting into flames?
You remember just right before you guys all got, like, snapped, basically.
So, what Mace is going to do, actually, is she is going to seek out, I don't know, kind of like maybe a therapist or something.
You guys have had
logical adult step.
Why have character development when you can just go to therapy?
Okay. Yeah, you
I
can.
let that shit stew.
That's what you're gonna do.
Yeah.
Boiling.
What's that for?
That's going to be my big thing. And then if I'm not going to actively seek her out and find her, but if I am ever in a situation where I am near Maple, I'm going to find her and I'm going to talk to her.
Talk to Maple if applicable. Okay. Fantastic. Asheen.
Sure, I have a few goals in mind. One, at some point, Ashim is going to build up the courage to have real conversation with his father about a couple things. Secondly, over the course of this month, Ashim has started leaving small notes and slipped them through the door of Maple's dorm. Unknowing of the stuff that Mace is attempting to reach out to Maple about it. These notes are usually some sort of really awfully worded apology. Trial and error.
Awful apologies. Okay.
At some point, he's also going to have a conversation with Gadway. And then finally, his big overarching goal over the course of this month. During Ishim's first delve into trying to understand the logics and science behind the magics of possession and otherworldly contracts, and his bare knowledge that he has with the idea of Baroless, Ishim knows, in his brain at the very least, that faith-based magic is just that, a different form of magic and arcana. And he knows, with the studies that he's done, where there are gods, there are demons. And demons are much more pliable to agreements than gods. So he is going to go to the faith areas of the school, learn about some of the different deities. Probably not going to have time for all of them, but it's going to take a few of them. In passing conversations and notes being taken, learn the relationship that students and people have with the overgods, and try to build an understanding of how that is established with the antithesis, and start learning about the first steps of contact.
Okay.
Like it was said in Ishim's whole memory thing. Ishim knows what it means to feel powerless, and he will do whatever it takes to never feel that again.
Yo, I just gotta ask what happens when all the warlock patrons decide you're too lame.
Just leave me on red. Fine. I want to grab the Infinity Gauntlet and go, fine, I'll do it myself.
Yeah. The Black Opal. The heart of our movie. That ruby that Guttersnipe stole.
And the final one.
A nug of tweed.
And the final one, Professor Johnson's flask.
Yeah, his flask and the Black Opal are artifacts of comparable power. That's awesome. All right, 10-4. Yeah, that's good. Aaron.
Just one question with that. Does Aaron ever find out, or does it ever come up?
These are trips I go on my own.
Yet to be seen.
Good question. Yeah, TBD.
Okay.
Depends on how overt Ishim's searches end up being. Whether gossip spreads.
Pretty high, I guess.
I mean, all everybody ever sees of Ishim is with his note buried in a book and a notebook nearby.
Think of both separate from anything anyone else says.
Right. I know. Yeah. I was just curious about that.
It can be completely within reason that he got so engrossed in whatever textbook he was in, he got lost and ended up in a different department of the school.
Oh no, I'm in the department of the school looking at all the demon statues and everything. Oh my god.
I don't think
Tell you more about them. I don't
there's a demon department for the school.
They could have demonology.
Yeah,
Maybe. That's
Brad, is there a demonology department?
The Dean department of.
the Department of the Magical Dummies.
Well, don't worry, you'll get a chance to meet the Demon.
The Deem.
Yeah, the Deem. The Deem of the school.
I
Yeah.
do unworthy of this.
Aaron's gonna couple things. Yeah, he's gonna try and make more frequent contacts with Amelia. And try and write more letters and stuff. Nothing really specific, just try and write back and forth and such. Trying to keep a steady relationship with that. Then he's going to do the opposite of Mace and dive deeper into his connection with Barless and see if he can see if he can really try and pacify him as much as he can.
Okay.
Again, trial and error. There's going to be failures and maybe a hint of success, but
Great.
Yet to be seen.
Yeah, yet to be seen. He's never going to stop trying. So his mindset is, well, if I'm going to live with him for the rest of my life, but at least try. So
My short, feeble, unimaginative life.
yeah, he's definitely gained a lot of confidence be with this group to at least try with stuff like this.
Great.
That's what he's gonna start working on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. And Snipe. No, sorry. Skipped you. Lamb hack. Lame H. Triple Lam H.
First one, I'm going to continually check on Palmer to make sure he's okay.
Check P-Man.
You're gonna be like
my
the
small
only time you
place.
find a guy attractive is when like I can fix him, I can
No.
help him.
But in this case, he's physically broken. he's fine mentally. He's just.
And secondly, I would like to try to attempt to find my older brothers, because my brother did mention he had a house with his wife. So
Specifically, he said he lives with
my other
with
brother.
Ranny, and then your eldest brother.
Yeah.
The old, 30-plus-year-old.
Yeah. So they mentioned they lived in town. I'm going to attempt to find them to reconnect, because she made me sad about my own family.
Cool. Great.
Fuck that guy.
All good stuff. And
Okay.
Snipe.
All right. I suppose I have my own little list. First and foremost, obviously, Thursday is Snipe's Day of Miracle, where I will find another victim.
Worship on Thursdays.
And then, funny enough, because I think this will intertwine, but I was going to see, do my own little studies of the divine and start offering different things at my altar to see if anything takes root.
As always, lab notes are being conveyed for all of my discoveries.
Damn.
Gutter Snipe gets a taker. Guess what? It's fruit flies. He's been leaving out.
Little do you know, all this rotten food you've been leaving out is attracting fucking Yakto, bro. Do divine offerings, trial, and error. Copy that. Okay, fantastic. I may have you guys do some rolls or some little acts in throughout this month to further some of these goals.
I can.
But let's get into some of our events here. Let's start. Who wants to start?
Me.
Okay, Doll wants to start. We want to go clockwise or counterclockwise?
What about clockwise?
How about we go the other way?
Counterclockwise.
Oh my god.
All right. Let me get a spare piece of paper or something where you can record which numbers have
I
been
can
done.
get one. Wait a second.
Great.
Move.
I'm sorry.
I picked 22.
Let's see if I can actually get through this stuff.
Okay.
Oh.
Well, yeah, then I'll pick one.
Oh yeah.
I'm sorry.
What?
What do you mean? Really
Hey.
sad. That's it. I'm gonna sacrifice you to the fog.
Fog.
Yeah. Do you know who's gonna be real happy about that? HP.
Yeah. Hey, guy. HP back at you with the fish people.
I
And it's
entered the doom
it's
pile and I
really
found a piece of paper.
progressively named cat.
Yeah.
I'm
You
scared
know what?
to give it to you.
Yes. So obviously H.P. Lovecraft was a profoundly racist man, even for
Yeah.
his time. And he's one of, apart from that, he is one of my favorite authors. I love cosmic horror. But what I think you need to remember is almost all of his stories are usually based in and around Boston, the New
Boston.
England area. So they almost all sound like they have Boston accents. Like, oh my god, it's an eldritch horror. Get out of the way.
Tommy, it's York's Thought. He's here to consume your eyes.
Yeah. Howard, Cthulhu is here.
Do you hear what you did to the pastrami's last night?
Jesus Christ. So, Mace, we're going to go ahead and start with you. Numbers 1 through 22, you've got options. Which would you like to do? 22. All right. I'm just going to keep this piece of paper here, and we're going to mark down which ones we've already done
Okay.
as
Why
we
do
go.
write them all down and then like cross them out?
You knew that too. I figured it would just be easier to.
No, don't worry, I got it.
Okay.
Well, you figured wrong.
I guess so. I usually cross them off on here, but you can't see my notes, so. Cross out.
Biscuit.
Control hyphen.
Control hyphen my life.
Cross it out. Jesus. All right, 22. So Mace. It's only a couple of days after you have met with Professor Johnson for the first time and everything. And one night after a particularly late class, you're just walking home from class alongside the side of the road. You're coming up on one way from like a T intersection. Like that kind of, you're coming up from this way.
Yeah.
As you're walking, you're just kind of walking alone, biding your own time. The street lamps kind of flicker and glimmer and whatnot in the night. But as you're walking, you hear a kind of a commotion coming from one side around the corner of the T intersection. As you approach it, you kind of just look around the corner first to see what's going on. It sounds like mechanical, like
One hand on my short sword.
Okay. You hear this, and you carefully look around the corner. You see a couple of young delinquents at the party. Young gnomish man and a kind of a half orcish woman. It's hard to see in the dark at first before they kind of turn around and step into a street lamp. They are messing with a gear carriage. One of them is kind of like holding up a wheel. The bigger half orc woman is holding up a wheel while the smaller one is working on there. Pries off a little, like a locker on the wheel, and throws it away quickly. You pretty quickly recognize that this is actually there's a long, colorful stripe on one side of the carriage. You've noticed a professor driving this carriage before, and it looks like they are attempting to jack it. Meanwhile, on the opposite side, as you're looking around, you see a small, older gnomish man clad in blue, a constable. He is approaching the T intersection from the opposite way that you were. And not very long, he will round the corner and see what is going on with this carjacking. No one has noticed you, though, in the darkness.
I will just continue to stand and watch how it unfolds.
Okay. Great. So you see the constable approaching the intersection, and the delinquents desperately trying to get the second wheel lock off so that they can steal the carriage. Mm-hmm. You decide, go ahead and roll stealth for me.
It's a nat 1.
What's
For a
the
total
what's the total roll?
10.
Okay.
Jesus.
Mace, again, after the most recent events, your mind is foggy. But luckily you are practiced enough where you're able to step into the shadows and kind of watch from a distance as They break the second wheel lock off just as the constable rounds the corner, immediately sees what's going on, and says, "Hey, stop right there!" And this he's kind of old. He's not a young man by any means, and he's short, so he like picks up his. Oh, he's running towards them, and you see the gnomish kid like, "Quick, get in the car!" On the other side, and the half-orc woman drops the car down, basically the carriage, hits it. The gnomish man jumps in and gets the thing started up. The half-orc woman goes to open the door on the other side. It does not open. And she immediately yells at this guy, "Hey, let me in!" She's like, and the guy's just like, "Sorry, I'm not getting caught for this one." And he drives off down the road. He basically almost runs her over with the carriage. And she falls onto the ground as the constable runs up, grabs her, and throws her in cuffs.
I will just continue to watch from the shadows as the car drives off, kind of snickering to myself, knowing that I would have done it better.
Ooh.
Damn.
I would have killed my accomplice so they can't snitch me out later.
I wouldn't have had accomplice to begin with.
All right.
That car before the constable was even there.
I would have
I
killed
would
the
have been
constable.
that car before the constable was even there.
You shake it in the car.
I would have killed him with my bare hands.
You have bears for hands?
Yeah, I do. Agval does. You watch as the constable, the Moss, handcuffs this young half-orcish woman and says something along the lines of, "Should have been more careful with who you were friends with." He pulls out his little signal launcher, loads something specifically in, and a light blue little flare with a twisty tail flies up into the air and hangs there for some time. Eventually, a squad carriage does come to take the perp back to the local precinct, local office. And you continue on your way, having just watched this event occur.
Yeah.
It's unfortunately a typical thing to see in Squid City is crime like this, petty crime. But that's it. That's number 22.
Yay!
Gutterstein.
All right. I will take numero uno.
Well, off the edges there.
Okay, 1.
Now we technically have 20 numbers to choose from, but it's from 2 to 21.
Yes.
You open the front door of the dorm and are met with a giant crab claw. The crab from time has clawed his way through space to find you.
You are brought to the crab tournaments where you must battle for the next 500 years. Yeah. So Snipe. One day, you have taken some time to just kind of wander around campus, absorbing and looking at lectures from the rafters or hidden away, just to absorb more information like usual. And one day, as you're leaving a lecture, the crowd at the Department of Arcane Studies, the crowd of students is all filtering out of this big lecture hall. And as you're walking down the hall, sort of just zipping around people, you hear a heated conversation going on from one of the nearby classrooms. And you happen to take a peek in. It appears that two students are having a very loud argument about which school of magic would make the best cookies, with one arguing, "Come on, it's got to be conjuration. I mean, you could summon the perfect cookie. You could figure out a way to do that. That would be easy. That would be easy. And the other one, no. You can't just summon the perfect cookie. It doesn't work that way, all right? It's evocation. You got to control how well it cooks, all right? You can control the temperature of the fire. You can get it to cook as well as you need to. You can't, you're in fancy land, man. Come on. I mean, even abjuration will be able to cook a better cookie than fucking conjuration. Abjuration? Abjuration? Really? You're saying that abjuration will cook a better cookie? Dude, I have half a mind to take this wand and shove it up your... Hey! You! He sees you.
What are you?
He sees you standing in the doorway. Cookies! Get in here!
All right, come on in.
All right. I've been telling this dummy here for the past 20 minutes. Conjuration is the best way to make the best cookie. And I've been telling this buffoon here that it ain't conjuration. It's evocation. All right? You can control the temperature of the fire. Come on. It just makes sense. You just gotta think about it, man. You just gotta think about it. I'm thinking about it. What do you think about it? Come on. I'm right. Right? Conjuration!
Transmutation, of course. Make cookie. How want taste.
Roll persuasion.
I thought he was about to go into full on, like, normal human speaking. Like, he just straightens up. Transmutation, of course. Holy shit.
Yo, I gotta say, it's a good fucking argument.
Yeah.
What'd you roll?
That's a 24, my man.
24. He looks at you for a minute. He looks at his rival here. All right, that is a pretty good answer. Yeah, that is a pretty good answer, actually. Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah. Hey, good thought. We didn't even think about it. I guess we're the dummies after all. Not just him. Yeah.
Thanks, I've been studying for days.
Huh. Great, well, it's doing great, man. Oh, we're getting ready. We're getting ready for this new guy Harkham's exams. Oh, they're tough. I don't think he's going to ask us about cookies, but, he told us to think outside of the box with our magic, so who knows? Yeah, he was really pretty unclear, but he seemed pretty sure about what he was saying, so I have to believe him. Hey, thanks, man. That's a good answer. Transmutation, huh? Hey, we'll see you around, okay?
See you around.
Thanks. And the two of them walk away. As you're walking away.
What does he shake?
He's got a hand.
Oh yeah, okay, gotcha.
We talk about this every session, brother.
And then he shook his talon or something.
It's like we really go through like the amnesia effect every time we talk about it.
That's what it's about, baby. That's what it's about.
He looks like it is, and the next session it's gone.
Yeah. He shifts. He's like an AI drawing. As they're walking away, you're contented with your argument. You won. Transmutation. Yeah. Conjuration would make the second best. That's number one. Lava.
17.
17.
17.
Oh, this is a fun one.
I like fun. Keep the focus on fun.
F is for friends who do stuff together. U is for you and me.
You and me.
N is for
So,
anyone,
Lava, it's just been a long martial class that you've gotten out of. It's been partner sparring recently, and as you're getting closer and as you're getting deeper and deeper into the semester, you're getting more and more into full kinds of combat. You really make pretty quick work of your sparring partners. It seems that you're a little more advanced than the rest of the students, much to the pleasure of your instructors. But regardless, it is tiring work, kicking ass all day, and you're headed back in the late afternoon, walking through the promenade outside of the Department of Martial Studies. When you look, you're snapped out of your daydreaming by the sounds of nearby, next to a very tall tree, is a young boy.
Little boy.
Beat him up.
What have you done?
I'm gonna give you something to really cry about.
Hey, why are your eyes leaking?
You look up and you see that a mole wearing a collar appears to be stuck on top of a tall branch in the
Motherfucking
tree.
mole.
Dear God. I hope
My
your
mole
wings
is
not your
stuck in the tree.
I can never get fucking rid of these moles.
You just fucking shoot.
How tall is the branch?
It's like 15 feet. in
Okay,
the air.
okay.
Yeah. This young,
15 feet tall and just grab it.
this young child is inconsolable, like snotty, like bubbles,
You see the mole is wearing
Okay,
a hat.
okay,
a collar.
I'll get it. Yeah.
Probably
Just
wearing a
stop
collared
crying.
suit.
Really?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Shut the fuck up! I'm gonna climb the tree.
I'm gonna climb the tree. Or I need
Yeah.
you to roll
This is what we're
Roll
dealing
what?
with.
no, not quite. I said a collar, not a fucking a monkey suit.
Can you grab
Probably
it?
like collared suit, you know?
No, yeah, just a collar for the
I
suit.
rolled. What am I adding to it?
You will roll athletics.
21.
You're over there. We're over here. Where's the milkman? Oh no! Come here.
My milk is delicious.
Oh no!
Just toss it.
Jesus.
She figured it out.
Slamming
Now
her
she
head on
knows she's capable of getting over it.
nearly hit her head on the chair there. Lava,
No thing.
Lava, though you are fatigued, you are motivated by the annoying crying and now the tears of joy and snot of joy from this young child. And you quickly climb up the length of the tree, reach over, and as you go to reach for the mole, it bites at you. Need you to roll an animal handling check for me if you would like to retrieve it safely from the tree.
18.
You are able to grab it by its collar, by the scruff of its neck, and shimmy back down the tree. You give the mole back to the young child. Thank you. And he is squeezing the devil out of this thing. The mole is kind of like, thank you very much. He hugs you and drops the mole when he does that, and the mole skitters away. He's like, oh no! And runs off, presumably to chase after the mole again.
It's sticky.
You have like a permanent booger imprint on your shirt.
That's my one good deed of the day. Go to create chaos somewhere else.
Great.
Time to put some other kid's mole in the tree.
That's number 17. Aaron.
Good old 12.
You die.
Good. And then the entire Squid City gets destroyed.
Yeah. Aaron, it is late one night. Much of the
Mine's in my backpack.
Much of the rest of the group, save for Gorn, who is always in the dormitory, is still out at some of their. They're just out on campus. Sheem has been spending a lot of time in the library, presumably helping Director Johnson. Everyone else has kind of been just off doing their own things recently. And you've decided to just take a night in.
In the dorm?
Yeah, just take an early night in. And so you're sitting there in your meditative state, calmly, serenely. Ooh. Oh my god. Whoa! You begin to hear shaking from above the ceiling above you.
Wait, we're on the top floor.
There's a
Nancy's
little
on the
attic crawl
rafters.
space.
Oh my
Sorry,
god.
I know. You know what? Hey, you get inspiration. That's a continuity error.
Oh. I thought it was a door.
Below you.
I also thought it
I thought it was a door. And I'm like, what?
Yeah, you got a bowl.
He fills up the bowl. He's like, hey, what's up?
You hear kind of the shaking of the floor a little bit, and the occasional strange noises. First, they're very soft and unidentifiable, kind of unhearable, but they gradually grow louder and louder and stranger and stranger. At first, they're just kind of like weird grunts and gasps, and then you hear like, I didn't know you could do that with that. And, like, yeah, just wait until I get the mean worm, baby.
Oh my god.
I want to know who it is. I need to know who.
And after 30 minutes, it's pretty like regularly just like no, you are snapped out of your trance. You are hearing this shit going
Oh
on.
my god. Mean worm? Is that what he said?
Mead worm.
Mead worm.
Yeah, you know
All
the
right.
drug.
Alright, well, Aaron doesn't know what's going on. So he's gonna investigate and be like, oh, they got a mead worm. I've never seen that before. He's gonna try. And he's like, he completely overthinks it. He's like, oh, they're being very like, they're trying to keep this down.
You brought this on yourself.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone else could have been worse.
Exactly.
I was kind of hoping you'd say 12. I got some that would be a little better for some characters, but no, they're all
Okay, so he decides to try and investigate. So what number are they?
you hear them coming from like directly downstairs below you.
So what's the number of our apartment?
6.
It's 6
I think you said it was like 6.
6.
The one in the top.
on like what 5th floor.
So you guys are on the
On the
top
6th
floor. So
floor.
you're on the 4th floor.
Bro, I can't believe that.
Okay.
What the fuck? Oh god.
You okay, buddy?
Yeah, it was just a mead worm type thing. Oh. My mead worm. Anyway.
Okay, I'm gonna try.
Oh my god, I just wrote. I accidentally wrote in my notes, here's sock on the worm situation. I'm gonna keep that.
Okay,
I hope they put a sock on the door.
Yeah, me too.
I'm gonna go down to that apartment. I'm gonna go down to apartment 6 on the 3rd floor,
Okay.
and I'm gonna politely just knock on the door.
Yeah, as you come downstairs, you see like doors opening, and like other members of that dorm floor are like looking out the door, like at the doorway where the noise is coming from,
Yeah.
and it's comical. I mean, the doors are like the door itself is almost itself like shaking.
Really?
Yeah, and as you approach, the noises are just like
Yeah,
you're.
What happened?
just throw up a little bit. It's fine.
Oh.
Good.
Okay.
Yeah, you're laughing. Maybe throw up. It's fine.
Oh my god. What?
Dude.
You laugh so hard you threw up. Holy crap! All right, go me. Anyways,
Yeah. So I'm like,
12.
oh man, they must be really struggling with this meadworm. So I'm like, I'm gonna fucking try and bust the door down.
okay, go ahead and roll.
Wait. Is there a sock on the knob?
Do I even realize if there is one? Well, yeah, probably.
You come up to the door, and you prepare. Go ahead and roll athletics for me.
Oh boy! All right. Is it nat 20?
For a total of
21.
You go up to the door, Aaron, while everyone else is kind of just like watching you walk up in a mixture of horror and awe. You go up, like, what the heck is going on? You go to kick the door down. You're nervous. Something might be going on.
Yeah.
No.
There's a fucking slot. And I see it.
You do see it.
This is harkening back to session 1, baby.
Okay, do I remember
You've
it?
been trained for this.
Did he ever? He explained it, obviously. So
I don't think
Aaron?
he did.
I don't think he ever did.
He said, I'll tell you later. And I was looking at him.
Aaron, you look at this door and you realize, no, it's never been fully explained to you what a sock on the door situation is. This could be your moment to figure that out. To finally unveil the
Okay.
mystery of the sock on the door.
All right, so he's like, this is what he's talking about. The sock on the door is an indication that somebody's in trouble. There must be meadworms all over the apartment. So I go with it. I busted down the door.
I hope
A
not.
mead warm emergency.
Bam! I need you to roll a wisdom save.
Oh my god. Alright, hold on. Let me
Yeah,
check something real
stop.
quick.
No. Venus.
Stop it.
Dobie,
Wisdom saving?
Yeah.
to help you.
Every
Why
time I
don't you
look
roll?
at noodles, I need to roll a wisdom. Oh my god.
That's a 16.
A 16. Okay.
Who is it? All right, here's
Aaron.
a picture from DeviantArt.
There's really very little I can actually describe to you
In a pinky way.
to maintain the level of the level of conduct that I'd like to maintain in my games. So I will just say that you did not consider the meadworm could be used in that way. You hope never to see it done again. And the two people inside of the dorm, upon seeing you, immediately stop their blasphemies against Orin's pantheon. And you just stand there in like kind of shock for a moment, looking at all this.
I cast invisibility. Yeah, just get out of there.
Wait. Does he recognize who it was?
Do I know who it was?
luckily never seen either of these people before, and hopefully never will again.
Okay.
Yeah, but like
hopefully
just in
not.
case, what do they look like?
Just in case, what race and gender are they?
I won't say.
Yeah. Yeah, I
You probably can't
cast
tell.
Invisibility, I'm like.
Beat me up, Harold.
And I kind of want to make it look like I just wasn't there at all, so I'm just like, I just slowly walk up.
You know the meme that's going around recently where it's the Italian man. He's like, "What the? Ah! What's going on here? What's everybody yelling about? I'm trying to sleep." Oh, that's yeah,
Exactly what's going on.
yeah.
Oh, man.
Great.
Great.
Number 12.
Firework.
The
Memorial Day.
bumpers sing in
Remember,
air.
Memorial Day weekend.
That's
Yeah.
it.
Cool.
World War III, everybody.
Aaron, you return to the dorm, and as you return, Goran's like, "Hey, that noise finally stopped."
Well, they got the mead worm, that's for sure.
Oh, good. I'm glad.
I'm gonna go back into my room now.
You mean our room?
Oh, all right, man.
Preferably alone, Goran. Thank you.
All right, man. I got you.
Alright, thank you.
What the fuck? You see, as you go to close the door in your own room, he steps out of the front door to go investigate.
Oh no!
Let him figure it out. He's
10
a
minutes
great-
later, you
and
hear
about-
Goran's voice.
And about 30 minutes later, not 30, about a couple minutes later, you hear muffled, "Oh my god!" And another 10 seconds later, of the front door. And that's number 12.
That's great.
Number 12.
Number 12, let's go. Man, what a pick.
Is she?
Yeah. Let's do lucky number 7.
Lucky number 7.
Okay,
Yeah.
great.
Your mom dies.
Yeah.
Never said she died the first time.
Yeah, you thought
Just
she
like
could have died, but you weren't for sure.
Yeah.
Now it's for sure.
Alright. So,
Mom, you're here. Mom, you're dead.
what the Christ? Anyways, Asheen, yeah. So you have spent some time the past few days going to your classes, but as well as that, you've started to do some research on demonology and divine studies and whatnot. You don't really have a full study plan set out, so right now you're kind of you've been floating around the different departments the last few days, getting an idea of what kind of information they have, if there are any archives that they keep, or if it's all at the libraries, etc., etc. And one day you were spending some time just kind of hanging around, listening outside of an advanced arcane lecture, one that is not at your level yet. Or at least it shouldn't be, but some of it really is pretty... The dog is there. Beta. The dog is here. You've been spending the past few days looking for this kind of stuff. Could I have you roll an investigation check for me?
I have a question. Can you choose to auto fail
I
instead of rolling?
guess you could choose to fail.
Maybe like a no contest.
You could you could choose not to attempt to,
Yeah.
and yeah, just let it happen.
Investigation will be an 8.
Okay. 8. So, Ashim, your first forays into the different departments has not yielded a whole lot. It's pretty easy to access everything in most of the regular levels of the library. But you quickly find that each of the departments, so they do have their own archives, they're usually restricted to students, like advanced students who need that info on a more need-to-know basis. Not that it's necessarily hidden, but it's restricted so that people don't get into things that they're not qualified to do so. You do reckon that you might be able to get past some of this, but other deeper searches into other departments may require you to make some friends to help you get things, much like you and the others are helping Guybrush. But as you've just left one of the archives in the Department of Arcane Studies, you walk by a closed doorway to a small little practice room, when all of a sudden you hear a loud bang and an "ah" come from behind the closed door.
I dart around, and is there a window in the door, or?
Yeah, you look through it's kind of a cloudy glass window through the doorway, so that people can't just like fucking peep on you. So it's kind of hard to see through.
Based off of like the silhouette or kind of like the distorted opaque image that I can see, is there any immediate sort of distinctive thing I can see through it?
Roll perception.
Nat 1, total of 2.
It's hard to tell. You'd think there's a figure in there.
Yeah, open the door.
Okay. You see there's no, it's not the umami answer. It's Dello. He's got a fucking gun. You just kill the woman and he's gonna kill you.
No, it's not the umami rancher. It's Palmer. 2 totally different people.
What?
What's wrong with you?
Never seen them in the same room at the same time.
That's what I'm saying, man.
You haven't ever seen him, period. Guys.
I haven't.
No, none of you have.
That's what you're trying to sell us on.
You saw his mouth once, and it wasn't even his mouth. Anyways,
You don't even...
Ashim, you rush into the practice room, and you see that there is a young woman. I've seen her around a couple of times. She's a new magic student. She's lying on the floor in a pool, not a pool of blood, in like a big circle stain of black, like scorch mark. Her robes are like, there's little embers on her robes. She's lying on the ground, and you see in one outstretched arm, she's alive, but in one outstretched arm, you see a long, thin blue and purple wand that has been snapped in half.
Before I even say a word, I want to diagnose what was the attempted spell and what could have went wrong.
Yeah, roll Arcana for me.
That's literally the biggest number I have on my sheet. Dice don't fuck me over. Fuck me over.
Get fucked.
That's going to be a total of 11.
11. Okay. Yeah, you look and see. You take a look at what's at the situation. You see that a couple of like standing leather practice dummies have been set up that have now been like blown down, and the embers all in the area and on her and the dummies would seem to suggest that it's some sort of lower level fire spell, perhaps a scorching ray or something of the sorts. And it's pretty clear by the broken, busted wand that she was trying to cast it with this wand. And she is lying there like, oh, she's kind of just rolling around in pain, kind of paralyzed almost.
I'm gonna walk up and kind of like stand over her head.
Okay, you do that.
Kind of lean over so I'm in her field of view.
Okay.
First time casting the spell.
Asshole.
I offer my hand up to her.
She drops the wand in her other hand. Grabs your hand. You
Slowly pull her up, being wary of the potential damage.
Okay. Yeah, you pull her up and she's ow, ow, ow. Kind of rubs her face, which has been reddened by this spell. Thanks.
Of course, is the tell me, was the state of the magical focus where it is before or after the casting?
I don't know. I listen. This new guy that's been teaching these classes. Well, I'll be honest. I was kind of coasting along before, with that hot bearded guy, and now that Dragonborn guy isn't. Well, listen. I bought this wand from this guy in town.
No!
Who said that it would help me, and I guess I shouldn't have trusted him and his dumb hat.
Well, be glad you were able to. I kind of show a sign of recognition in my eyes to who she is referring to. And we'll be glad that you're able to. That the wand is no longer in your hand. Don't touch it. I want to go over to it. Kind of lean on the staff, do a cursory wave of identify over it.
So
Self-destruct.
Staff of no bueno.
technically it'll take you 10 minutes to do that. Unless you cast it using the hold on. One second.
I'll bust your kneecaps.
Because there is a component cost to this, but I believe if you can ritual cast it, you don't need that.
Are we doing just by gold points if it's component cost?
Yeah, so
at least 100 gold pieces and an owl feather.
Oh, so you do still need
100 gold.
You do still need a 100 gold piece pearl for it, but it isn't consumed when you use it. So you've been casting Identify for a while, so we're just gonna assume that you.
Yeah, I've done a couple trips where I've mentioned before in the past that I wanted to purchase specifically the components that I wanted to for magic spells.
So yeah, so you have those. You're good then. Yeah, so you cast an identification spell upon it, and after some time, you kind of learn you learn the properties of the item. It was intended to be a wand of scorching ray, It is unfortunately not quite that. It seems like whoever put this thing together really fucking ham-hocked the sucker together. And it's actually a wand of ruined day.
Wand of ruined day.
Yeah.
I'm gonna kind of look and. Well, I can see where the incantation was reversed, causing the. Yeah. So, unfortunately, in your efforts to cheat using an enchanted item rather than casting of your own innate magical ability, you, instead of purchasing a wand of scorching ray, have unfortunately casted a ruined day upon yourself.
What? That's a thing?
Magic can be finicky like that. Listen, do you typically use a normal magical focus with your abilities, or have you just been using enchanted items this entire time?
I have this. She pulls out an orb, the same orb that every magic student gets from the department. But I can't really get this to work.
It's kind of fucked that like the school tries to teach innate magic ability to everyone when not everyone has it. I don't say that.
I looked at the camera as
When they offered the orb and said that, I did an office camera look. Interesting.
Your career.
Tell me, what's your current grade in the class right now?
Low.
Oh dear God. Well, the bad news is obviously the ruined day thing. By the way, what's your name?
Oh, I barely remember now. My head hurts.
Probably cause of the spell.
Mike.
Mike.
Mike, hard.
I'm hard. I'm hard. I mean, no, not hard.
Oh no, with a ruined day.
I'm Rudy.
Rudy. Okay, well, Rudy. Scorching Ray is quite an advanced spell and requires a very fundamental knowledge of the active arcana that it seems that you weren't attempting to rely on in the past. I could tell me what is your actual academic focus? Please don't say magic.
It might be magic.
Oh, dude.
Listen,
my pearls.
yeah, I don't know. I don't know. My parents kind of just kicked me out and said, "Hey, don't come back till you can do something worthwhile." So I figured I'd come here and do this. And I guess that wasn't working out.
Well, tell me what. I think myself. What about the two?
Oh, no.
Have you tried a low-level spell? Perhaps prestidigitate.
Well, what I say through gritted teeth. What's your passion?
I like to cook.
Cooking. So, alchemy, maybe? Do we have a culinary division here at the University of Squid City?
We got motherfucking
My-
Gadway.
There are some cooking classes.
Well, why don't
my bird has heard about some people who are interested in cookies?
Oh, yeah, you can help them.
Well, why don't we spend some time at least getting you to survive this next magical exam, getting you to learn at least the basic incantation of Scorching Ray, and then allow me to introduce you to my friend Gadway.
Roll persuasion.
This dummy idiot trying to
Yo,
cast
kid,
a second
you
level
ever-
spell.
Oh my god.
Hey, kid, have you ever considered, maybe giving up on whatever it is the fuck you're doing right now?
Well, changes in majors happen. That's a natural 18, but a 17 total.
Okay, yeah, she's been pretty sour this whole time. Her face is all fucking reddened from the ruined day, and her robes are all messed up and whatnot.
I want to real quick on the robes to mend them up.
She's this little, like, gnomish woman, like most people are here. And she's like,
Hey,
she throws the orb behind her as it shatters into the wall. Okay, thanks. And she gives you a little hug, but it's like around your leg because she's little and you're big.
That, I'm gonna clean up that mess and don't tell anyone.
Oh no. Okay, yeah, I can do that. She steps on some broken glass.
I'll handle that. The sweeping up thing. The effects of the spell are probably in play. Don't try not to exist for the next 24 hours.
What?
But let's see. Let's get you. Let's go find my friend Gadway.
Okay. The fuck?
I'm just going to perpetually have mending at the ready.
Jesus noodles. Oh. Anyways,
sorry.
you're good. I just don't want your computer to break.
Bubba, go lay down. No, go lay down. Lay down.
Is your charger okay? Yeah, it's fine.
Noodles, go lay down.
You put her in baby jail too. Might be a better move.
He's already kind of in baby jail, which is
The other side of baby jail.
Yeah, don't worry about putting her on the other side. It's walking out the window, but we can try.
Okay. You can leave her for now. It's not a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Yeah, Ishim, you spend the better part of the rest of the day trying to get poor old Rudy and her ruined day over to Gadway to hopefully,
You're right.
hopefully get her back on the right path here.
Yeah.
You eventually leave her with Gadway.
As I do that, I'm kind of like, Gadway, we'll talk later. I'm so sorry.
You see, at this point, you're in like his dorm room, and she's like happily stirring away at a big old pot of mead that he's working on, as she's like a couple things accidentally fall in that are not meant to go in mead.
My advice to Gadway: do not let her leave your sight until today is done.
He watches as things fall into the mead that are not meant to be there, and he just looks at you. I'm gonna turn you into paste, you scaly green fuck. I'm gonna remember this. Get out of my sight. Go, we'll talk later.
Here goes my best friend. Okay.
My only friend.
You've clearly sicked this shit on him. Great. That's number 7.
Nice.
Ishim, you're killed
By Gadway.
by Gadway.
Boy, makes turn again.
Let's see. Mace.
Yes.
Go ahead and choose a number for me.
Please choose
I'm
one
gonna
of these
go
three
with-
numbers for me.
14.
14. Oh, that's a good one.
What one is?
It's number 15.
Oh, sorry.
Remember when I said there were some that were definitely meant for certain people?
Yeah.
So, Mace,
This one's not for you, but
this one was meant for Lava. That's okay.
I can pick a different one.
No, that's a joke. Also, you're locked in. I'm sorry. Mace, you have spent the last week or so just kind of uneasy with everything that has been going on, nervous about these strange things that you cannot explain, especially about all this weird magic stuff that has been going on that makes you particularly unnerved. And so you have decided to do the responsible adult thing to seek out professional help. The past couple of days, you've been going over to the Department of Divine Studies. Go ahead and roll a... Let's do persuasion for me, please. Mole. Yeah, that's what was stuck in the tree.
Yeah, I forgot I left that up there. Persuasion?
Yeah, persuasion.
This is not going to be good.
Nice.
5.
5. Okay. You have been trying your best to talk to these people at the department. Try to get in and be like, hey, is there somebody I can talk to about this shit? I'm kind of feeling weird. The rest of the party knows the mental health facilities and the university leave a lot to be desired. And you do learn, Mace, that it seems like the last guy who was kind of running the show has been arrested and is gone and is pending a replacement. You've been told that as soon as they have someone available for you, they'll reach back out to you. They do not ask for your dorm number or anything like that. You reckon that you're going to have to keep pestering them to get the help that you deserve. But after another, unfortunately, unfruitful search for that during the day, you've just finished a class in the Department of Practical Studies. And you've seated yourself in a lounge when you overhear two history students are discussing who they think really won the human-orcish war that recently ended. There's a few of them. There's 3 of them total. I said 2. I meant 3. There are 3 students, a human and 2 gnomes, who are all discussing amongst themselves. Oh, well, the king ended the war, and I think they kept some of their territory. So as far as I know, I gotta say humanity probably took it. Didn't go as well as I think they were expecting it to, but for all intents and purposes, I mean. And there's another person who's arguing the contrary. Are you kidding me? No, they didn't. You hear how many people died and what's going on with all those people in those cities? I mean, nobody can afford to eat anymore. There's no food or farmers. There's just soldiers. And still a third person who's trying to play both sides. Like, I don't know. Can you even really say if anybody wins a war? I think everybody probably lost.
Fuck that guy.
You overhear this conversation going on, though you're not made a part of it. You're sitting at a table, like, right next to it.
I am trying my best to ignore it, but I am getting visibly more agitated, I guess.
Okay. Well, I don't know. Personally, if I were one of the king's soldiers and he told me to go down there, I'd tell him to shove it. I'm not going to waste my life down there.
I'm sorry, how old are you?
I'm 22.
Congratulations. I've lived 6 of your lifetimes, and you think if I had that attitude, you think the king would have stood for that? The king would have had my fucking head, you idiot. And guess what? I was one of those people who was told to go down there. What do you think I was supposed to do? Shove it? The only reason I am here is because the king would let someone like me join that army. Oh my god. So...
Jeez, what gives, lady? We're just talking about it.
I lived it. So go ahead, talk about it all you want. You'll never truly understand it.
You're not even a human. Why were you fighting down there?
Great question, isn't it, Sherlock?
Can I have you roll a wisdom saving throw
Do you
for
know
me?
who Sherlock is?
Oh. Translated to our human English, it's Sherlock.
Ooh, what am I rolling?
Wisdom saving throw.
That is a 21.
Okay. 21 on whiz save. Mace, you hear this disrespect coming from these two kids who are kind of just devaluing the war and its consequences and whatnot. And you have half a mind to stand up and just slap the sense into these delinquents here. You see a few flashes of the war itself in response to what they say, but you don't let it overcome your mind. You're able to maintain your cool. You tell yourself that these are just dumb kids who don't know what they're talking about. And you're able to tell them off a little bit longer before the third kid, kind of the peacemaker of the three who doesn't like war, is like, hey, come on, guys, let's go. I'm sorry. Thank you for your service.
I'm so incredibly happy that we live in a world today where wars like this have stopped for a time so that children your age don't have to go through what I did. And I wish some of your fellows would remember that.
A couple of them crumble as they're ushered away by their third friend.
What number was that?
That was number 14.
Thank you.
Great. Later in the week, Mace, somehow you are able to get some of these mental health professionals, quote unquote, to respond. There have been a couple of students who have volunteered to provide their spiritual expertise. It's not exactly what you're hoping for, but it is a start.
Yeah.
At the very least.
Sounds like you're...
Did you go to a We Love God therapist?
No,
No.
we're talking about something else.
Okay.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
All right.
I basically
Something similar?
I took a class where essentially I was providing music therapy, an unlicensed music therapist, to people with dementia.
Oh.
And you said
And
that.
as a board certified music therapist, that's fucked.
And you said that on stream, buddy.
Yeah.
You,
CCM.
I'm going
University of Cincinnati College Conservatory of Music.
I'm going to jail. All right.
Yeah.
Gutter Snipe. We're up to you.
Numero 21.
21.
Yeah. Did I win?
This one's pretty good. Snipe. One day, you're just maxing, chillaxing, all cool. You really are just kind of hanging out. You found yourself in a dead spot in the day. You're sitting on a.
Kids cause trouble in my neighborhood.
Well, just you wait. You're just sitting on a bench near dorm building 1, hanging out, watching some of your brethren, the seabirds, flying over in the distance as some of the fishing barges, aerial barges, are returning from the bay with nets and nets of crab and fish and squid and all sorts of other aquatic food to supply the people of Squid City with their meals. You're just kind of watching the fishing barges coming up from the bay. When you hear the laughter of a few children in the nearby distance, near the cliff's edge, and immediately hey, what are you guys doing? You look over, and it appears that 3 young children are attempting to tip over an outhouse near the edge of the cliff.
All right. I suppose I will attempt to sneak up upon them.
You sneak up, go and roll stealth for me.
Gee. That'll be. 22.
22. You are able to sneak up on these 3 young children as they are pushing. They're not trying to push it off the cliff, but it's dangerously near the cliff. Like the piping just apparently filters out and drops down into the bay. And you can hear a man inside like, "You damn kids, when I get out of here, I swear to God, I'm gonna bring your necks straight above here, me, I'm gonna kill you." And the kids are, they're little delinquents just like rocking this outhouse. Yeah. Wow. Name drop the game.
Roll credits.
Yeah. And that's the game. That's the game.
We won.
Snipe takes a sip of his wine and fucking joins him pushing. You got it.
Hey, if you're gonna tip it over, tip it this way, and I point it away from the cliff.
Oh, away from the cliff. The kids look around. Yeah, what's it to you?
It's dangerous.
Roll persuasion.
Persuade
The fuck out of them. Because that's what I do. That's an 18.
They all look at each other. All right, we've considered your idea. We find it acceptable. I don't find it acceptable this now. Do you help him push it over the opposite way?
I show him a way to like prop something up against the door to keep it closed.
Oh no.
Wow. All right. You you prop the door, and they're like, thanks, mister. Even if you do look like a crazy homunculus bird thing, that's cool. And they push the outhouse down into the road, and it's like, whoever is in there will never be the same. And you see a couple constables like, hey, stop that. The kids all run away with you and Tone. And as they're running away, one of them, the leader, is like, hey, thanks, I'm Timmy, pleasure.
Chuck D.
These are like, well, Chuck D, thanks for your help. We haven't seen you around. We'll give you a hand, okay?
Okay.
They dip down one alleyway as you depart around another to escape
That's
the
gonna be the ex
constables.
machina that saves us in our most time of need. Fucking old Lynch's hovering over Squid City about to deliver the final blow.
Hey, get in that porta potty.
Joins the crew.
Hey, it's me, Tim. I saw that you were getting killed by a dark opal who was summoned forces beyond our world. We're here to join you in your battle.
Thank you.
Wowzers.
Trying to do
There's
it
like a bunch of like
Noodles.
I love her.
Yeah.
She's weird.
Okay. Great. In summer 21, Lava.
That's a good
Hi.
number.
How you doing?
What number do I feel is a
Okay.
good number?
Don't pick either of my two numbers that I got unlocked. Pick those, will fucking kill you.
Burger King Footline.
I was gonna say 15. Fuck off. I
Give
know
us
15.
You know,
1 5. 15.
Great choice. Great.
Oh yeah.
No, I'm kidding. I don't have any movement.
Sit noodles.
Oh,
Fuck my dog.
you said 15?
Yeah, 1 5.
Oh boy.
Oh, this is not meant for me. I can pick another.
No,
Magical one.
it could be meant for you.
You're out on another date with Jesper.
You hear soft sobbing in a bush behind you.
Now just you wait. Lava. One day, it's been a couple days now since Palmer has been discharged from the infirmary. He's mostly been taking it easy, resting. Not really going to classes, just kind of like hanging out. It seems that the infirmary staff has been able to work something out with his professors where he's been sick for a time. That was a few days ago. You know now that he's been strong enough to get back out. He's been strong enough to get back out in the university. While he still hasn't been going to classes, he's been trying to get out of the dorm at least he's been trying to get out of the dorm at least to get some fresh air and whatnot. And as he usually would, he spends most of his time in the Department of Artistic Studies. One day, you are walking around in the department. You've just finished a practice routine of your own now that you've decided to start taking up your instrument once more. And you hear a conversation between two people as you are walking down a hallway. It's another T intersection because we love those. It sounds like two people as you're approaching. Go ahead and roll perception for. What's your passive perception?
10.
10. Okay.
Why was it 0?
You hear Palmer and an unknown feminine voice.
I'm listening. I'm writing it down.
You hear that conversation, but you haven't turned the corner yet, nor can you exactly hear what's going on.
What would Lauva do?
You are Lavo.
I know. Well, I'm not lava. I play lava. Me would do something maybe different.
Right. This is lava.
I want to stand like at the corner and like peek around to see if I can hear it.
Okay, go ahead and roll. Go ahead and roll stealth for me.
19.
Plus, minus anything.
It was 16 plus 3.
Oh, okay, sorry. Okay. Yeah, you hear this going on. You're like, okay. Kind of lean up against the wall. Listen, take a few peeks. Should you Palmer for me real quick?
Yeah, man.
Gotta stand up, or
No, you can sit down.
okay.
You see Palmer is sat at a table.
Oh,
There's a young woman, kind of young half elvish woman, elven woman, kind of standing above him, looking at what he's painting. Like, oh wow, that's so beautiful. Oh my gosh, how long have you been painting for? And Palmer is very clearly like, a while.
A couple hours.
Yeah, it's been like a few hours, man. You're so funny. No, I mean, like, how long have you been painting for, like, your life?
oh no.
That kind
Um,
of goes away.
Lava unlocks one level in Barbarian Rages.
The conversation goes
Yeah,
back and
yeah.
forth like this for some time. Clearly, this young woman is interested, and Palmer is kind of just like, he's just trying to paint.
Yeah. I'm gonna take a step back, collect myself for a moment, and walk around the corner casually and go like, "Hey, Palmer."
Yeah, can you roll a wisdom saving throw first?
Yeah,
And as soon as you get your walking start, you break into
12.
Get the hell away from my
13 to
Lobo.
Hi, Palmer. You are able to collect yourself. And you walk around the that, and immediately, well, the girl's still there. But he's like, "Oh, hey, man, how's it going?
Oh, good. I was practicing a little bit.
Awesome. Hey, we have class, right?
Yeah, I think so. Do you want me to help you get to there?
Yeah, man. Hey, sorry, I gotta go. We'll talk later, okay? All right, fine.
God.
She
You line up an arrow.
I use my precision attack.
no, she kind of like, mean girl looks at you for a moment before she walks off down the hallway, and the two of you head back the opposite way. Thanks, man.
You're welcome. It didn't really, well, not that I was eavesdropping, but it didn't really look like you were interested.
Yeah, no, that would be pretty weird if you were. Yeah, no, man, she's been coming around me like since I started here, and I don't know how to like deal with that. So it's kind of awkward.
You know, I don't think I've ever been in a situation where I could give you advice about this. Normally I just deal with my problems by punching or running away. And I don't know if this is going to help you.
Well, we kind of just ran away right there, man.
High five myself.
No, I'm not gonna punch her though.
Yeah. Yeah, that's probably for the best.
Yeah. Are you gonna punch her?
Lava looks and stares off in the distance for a moment as if a Vietnam flashback. No, I don't think so.
Okay, yeah, good. No, you probably shouldn't. I don't know why you would.
Is she making you uncomfy?
I mean, a little bit.
I see a reason now why I would maybe punch her.
Don't punch her.
Okay.
Okay. Didn't have class. That was a
We didn't have class.
no.
Oh.
That was a lie. Once,
See,
once in
right over my head.
once in the 1980s, I had a show in Cincinnati, and I said, "It's great to be in Cincinnati." That was a lie. Yeah, you guys, in fact, do not have class.
Yeah.
You realize afterwards that
I don't know my schedule.
That
I just gotta go.
that was a lie. Yeah, no, I'll say something to her, I guess. I don't know. She's nice and all. I feel kind of bad.
What do you mean?
Well, I don't know. Like, never done that before. Kind of the same as you. Not the punching part. Like, I just kind of out of there. You know, she's kind of persistent.
Have you considered trying to set her up with someone else?
Honesty is not an option here.
No. I don't even know how I would try to do that.
I know, guy.
I could do it for you. I won't punch, I promise.
Yeah, also,
Here.
God.
Set her up with the sheet.
The implication being that you could fucking kill her.
Oh.
Yeah, I'll set you up with God.
Roll persuasion for me.
Oh no.
I was saying that
Persuasion.
Len
17
Heck's
plus
gonna
2,
pose as a
19.
guy.
You guys stop at like the end of the hall. He kind of just leans up on the wall. You're not gonna punch her.
No,
Okay. You're not gonna hurt her, right?
not physically. That was a joke. I'm joking.
Right. Okay, I'll bite. What are you gonna do?
I thought of two things. One, well, I could be you, but I don't know how you feel about that. I'd just be like, back off my buddy, my dude, my guy.
What's his passive perception? 48. Well.
48.
Yeah, I'm not even
You
smart.
sees into your soul.
So, hold on. Our options here are you do your thing to look like me.
Mhm.
You could do that?
Well, I'm out. We're in the hallway. I'm not doing it now.
I know not. I thought it was just the two.
I can do it. Well, I haven't met a person that couldn't do it too.
Oh, okay. Cool. Oh. Do you gotta meet him in person?
I gotta see you.
Oh,
I can't be like,
oh, we see each other all the time, so that
yeah,
works.
I know what you look like.
Yeah.
But from my understanding, I gotta see you, And that's pretty much it. I don't know, this curse is weird.
It's a curse.
Uh-oh, it was true.
Oh, I don't know, man. I'm kind of sick of curses and all that kind of stuff. You know what I mean?
I can't get rid of it. I've tried.
Oh, I didn't mean it like your curse is cool. It's all fine. I mean, like, and option 2 is you just like yell at her.
I wouldn't maybe yell at first.
What's gonna make you yell at her?
You really want to know?
Kind of.
I'm not sure yet.
Okay.
She thinks you guys are dating. I'm yelling at her.
Yeah, well, we're in agreement there. I guess. That's not what it is.
I think there's some things that would go up to that point, but like, I know I try to talk to her about it,
Okay.
but if she keeps bugging you, like, tell her to step off, man. Obviously, you don't.
I'm not back. You can.
You said it's been months.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a while. Maybe I should just say something to her myself. I don't know, man. Kind of not good at this kind of thing, you know.
I can do it for you, man. If it really makes you uncomfy, I can.
Sure.
Yeah. Positive.
Yeah, I guess that would be really nice. I do that a lot.
I don't know why I do that. Do a lot of things a lot sometimes.
Like forget stuff and almost die. Oh wait, that's me.
Yes, you
That was
can
a
call me
joke.
Quirky.
Oh, are you okay?
Uh-oh.
Like, do we need to go somewhere more private so you can like vent? You don't look. You don't. Doesn't feel like you're okay.
I'm just freaked out, man.
Everything?
Yeah, man, all this stuff. I'm like, scoots closer since you're in a hallway again.
Yeah.
So I'm like, mom stuff. All this crazy shit. It's just a lot. It's really a lot. But I mean, you seem to be handling fine.
Outwardly, probably, it looks that way. I mean, it's kind of fucked, man. And
Yeah, man.
like I said when we joined, I would do it if you did it. So I feel kind of bad. I don't mean to pressure
No,
you.
no. It's not that. It's, I don't know. As long as we're both there, we're gonna get through it, right?
A single tear. Yeah. This will never happen again. I'm gonna like gesture at his like weakness.
Oh, that's okay. I feel great. Oh, okay. Not quite fully there, but we're getting there.
Yeah, but it shouldn't have happened. You shouldn't have been this way, and the fact that I don't fucking remember anything is infuriating.
Thanks. Hey, well, I hope you're right. Try my best not to let it happen if I can figure out how it happened in the first place. maybe all that stuff you guys are doing with Director Johnson will help.
Hopefully.
All right, I do actually have class though.
I'll see you later.
Yeah, you too. That's number 15.
Bumber Biff.
I stopped writing notes. How I remember.
Burger.
Bumber Biff Bean.
The best Bing Boo Bunt, Burger, Bing Burger, his bum buddy Bells' butt that is.
And Aaron is dead. He's passed away. So we're gonna go to.
He's in the bathroom.
It's okay.
Yeah.
We'll go to Shane. He said I can.
Cool.
Don't pick my fucking number.
10.
Oh, okay. That's not a bad one.
What go bit?
Hold on. 10. Where's she?
Your mom comes back to life and she's killed again.
Mom!
So Ashim, you've managed to catch up with Gadway a couple times very briefly in the hall to apologize for sicking Rudy on him.
Mhm.
He is playfully mad at you. But it seems like he's at least gotten her off his back and sent her off to do whatever she's going to do and figure out her life. Fucking monster. Flayer of chords right there. But you haven't fully had a chance. You haven't fully had a chance to actually get with Gadway and talk to him about some of the stuff you'd like to. So one night after class, you are walking back and you decide that you're going to go ahead and you're going to stop at Gadway's dormitory and hang out for a bit, shoot the shit, and drink some mead and hang.
Yeah.
But as you're walking on the road up to his dormitory, you see what looks like a couple of young kids dart behind the back of the building.
They were running.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna divert. I'm gonna look towards where they were coming from. See if I see anything.
Take a look. It looks like they just kind of jumped out of the bushes.
Okay, then I'll kind of follow where they were going.
Okay. You do so stealthily or just walk around?
Stealthily.
Go and roll stealth.
Ooh, that's a skill I'm surely fantastic at.
Hell yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah, roll that shit!
18 total.
Woo!
Okay.
It's better than Mace when I rolled a 1.
So, you played a lot of Skyrim.
Yeah. Yep.
You sneak around the side of the building, avoiding the bushes, blending in with the green of the ground in the darkness. You look around and you see the kids are vandalizing the side of the dormitory. They've got buckets or containers of paint. You watch as one of them finishes broad strokes on a big old tag. Keep Squid City weird.
Yeah!
Written in big old red paint alongside the wall of the dorm, as well as several other like little tags and stuff. T-Man was here, and
Who's T-Man?
all sorts of stuff like that. Who is T-Man?
Timmy!
Timmy.
Um,
They have not noticed you.
I really don't see a problem with this.
I'm proud. But
Really?
You want to keep Squid City weird, man?
I'm proud, but they should use
It's already
more
weird
color.
enough. compared to what Aerothol's like. You know, so as far as I know. I guess
I use prestidigitation to make it bigger.
no, but I'll use prestidigitation to the most of my ability to kind of mimic the sound of like footsteps and jangling keys approaching the direction to try to get them out of there before they get caught.
Okay. Yeah, you do so. You mimic the sounds of an approaching constable, and immediately one of the kids, "It's the moss! Scatter!"
Timmy!
And they grab their buckets of paint. One of them splatters it all over a second story window, and they throw the cans and run away, successfully fooled by your ruse.
I'll once I see that they're kind of clear, I'm gonna walk up to the painting and towards the fairly fresh bit of paint, and with the tip of my staff, I'm just gonna write "Harkham sucks massive dong."
Oh no. Harkham sucks massive dong. Good man.
And just
Dong.
just to really let up my rebellious side, instead of S's, I'll put Z's.
Wow.
Massive dong.
Arkham Zucks.
What does he say? Zucks.
just for the massive part of it.
Massive dong.
Massive dog.
That's awesome. You do so.
And then I'm gonna kind of stand back and press my work, give it a little prestidigitate blow to dry the paint, and I'll head back to catch up with Gadway.
Great. Okay.
I got her.
Yeah, you having tagged the building in your own right, along with the infamous T-Man. Timmy. We have a guy at work whose name is Timmy, and so all over the radio all day, people be like, Timmy. It's so stupid. It's so stupid, but it's funny. Yes. You, after tagging the wall and blow drying it, you head up.
Hey, can you grab her?
You head up to Gadway's dorm room.
I got it.
She won't be able to get there. You head up to Gadway's dorm room. I'm not going to do that because the dog, but after a short while, shh. What are you doing here? I thought I told you never to come back here in your life.
And I thought I told you to put a few inches on top. Oh.
You stupid green motherfucker, get in here. How are you doing? Wham! He slaps you on the back.
You are dead.
That's for bringing that lady in here. She ruined the whole batch of my stuff.
I believe that is much deserved, my friend.
Alright. Good.
Break
Because
the
we're
bottle.
gonna drink it. I'm gonna kill half the plot life in Squid City if I just dump it out. So we're gonna filter it a bit. Here. Take it.
I'll take a mug of it and give it a swirl.
Cheers.
It's green.
Roll a con saving throw.
Oh boy.
Not one dead instant.
Don't you have negative con?
No, negative con.
Okay.
That's a 7 total.
Oh.
Here, that's got a negative con.
I got 0.
Ashim, the end of the night you will spend hurling your guts out. But you're able to put it down now, at least. You can hang.
My
You've got an
first successful acid breath as the dragon.
You've got an upset tummy, but you're being very brave.
Yeah. I'm a brave boy.
I'm a brave little boy. I deserve my tweet.
Oh! She said she was good at cooking. That was a lie.
This seems to have certainly devolved from its current state.
Yeah, I. Boom! But it's strong.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that. All right. What's up, man?
Well, Gadaway,
I'm listening.
Oh.
He goes to shh.
well, Gadaway,
I want
yeah.
here.
I'm starting to, after like 2, I'm already starting to kind of slur a little bit. I have to give you a little bit of candor that is something more than I'm comfortable to. You've been a good friend.
I fucking have. I'm a dwarf, mate. Come on. That's not racist. You can say it. Say I'm a good friend because I'm a dwarf.
Yeah. Being a dwarf maybe has part to do with it.
What she say to me?
I always say that as recompense for the amount of times you've commented on my scale color.
It is pretty sickly. Seriously, that's the color you come in. There's nothing wrong with you.
I wordlessly just put my drink up, take another swig.
Boys.
Well, where I'm from, friends were certainly a scarce commodity. And I will have to admit that I don't think I've treated you as becoming of a friend.
All right. Well, and what's that mean for us?
Well, I want to. I guess I'm attempting to, seek your forgiveness. Your forgiveness.
Easy now, tongue against the palate.
I'd like to ask you for forgiveness.
For what? No.
You're gonna try to make me say it again. I'm asking you for your forgiveness. I think the meat tastes better.
Roll persuasion for me.
That's a 10.
Well, let's see. Well, yeah. I'm trying to think of what I'm supposed to be forgiving you for, mate. All things considered, I mean, you're a big, ugly, scaly, green bastard, and you brought that dumb broad into my house and ruined my mead. But hey, but you know what? You've also you helped me get my golden one of Gaffer out into the streets. I've been working on a way. I think I'm gonna try and start selling it. Actually, I gotta figure out some of the fine details. But if you see me around, I got a plan. All things considered, mate, I think you're at least by dwarven standards. You spent more time with me than most dwarven friends spend just talking, not moving around. It's different where I come from. Everybody's always moving. Everybody sits around here is doing nothing like we're doing right now, just sitting and talking and drinking. You're never just sitting and talking and drinking. You're walking and talking and drinking and working Most of the time. So, that means you're writing my book, mate.
Aye.
But that's not a blanket statement. If you ever betray me or ruin my mead again, I will rain an avalanche of terror and pain down from the mountain upon you, mate.
Do dwarves know much about avalanches, considering they're typically underneath the mountain?
Cheeky bugger.
Got his ass.
I think with that statement, I'll spend the rest of the time working through the mead. Yeah, happy things are smoothed over.
Yeah. Spend the rest of the night drinking and hanging out with Gadway, and eventually taking turns holding each other's scales or beard back as you hock it back up into the pot that it came from.
Oh man.
It really looks about the same.
Oh,
Going both ways. But yeah, you have solidified your friendship with Gadway. It seems like, especially for a dwarf, you're all chill.
Oh yeah,
You're good.
that's one more pawn to have in my army when I come to take over the world.
Jesus Christ,
No.
you're horrible.
Broken magic.
No.
And
It's currently being used for other purposes.
Aaron,
Mm.
I think
I can live with that.
we'll do one more with you.
Well, let's do 20.
Fuck, that was one of my numbers. I hate you.
I'll take it back.
No, it's fine. It's too late.
It's too late.
Hard laid and hard played.
It's crazy that you chose that one.
Is another
Oh,
sock on door.
no.
Another sock on door.
No. Aaron didn't get anything done this month. He got traumatized.
Palmer, I finally learned what shotgun door means. You don't like it anymore.
No, 24.
How could you know that? How could you know that?
Listen, man, it's a blanket statement. It's a blanket statement, man. All right, what you don't know, what you don't want to know, just call it a sock on the door and forget about it. Push it down deep, and lock it up and hold it tight and never let it go. Man,
Yeah. Can I be canon?
Push it down deep
That's a
inside
conversation.
the
That
happens
actually be the
after.
conversation we have. Like later that evening when they all come in, I'm like, Palmer, why didn't you tell me?
yeah, something like that.
Come on, man.
Maybe not that intense.
So
Oh,
we're on your
man.
vocal cords.
Yeah. Oh, I can be louder. I got a Conan clip to show you guys after this. You two have seen it
Yeah.
with Billie Eilish.
Oh, I want to see it.
Aaron, it's been
2 days since the incident.
Well, Jesus, you look at me.
it's been a
1 hour since you last thought about the incident.
It's been 10 picoseconds. It's been about 2 weeks since the incident, and things have started to smooth over a little bit. Your mental faculties feel better. You're not as foggy, and all of your compatriots have noticed this too.
Since the Opal incident or me? Okay, all right. I thought we were talking about that.
I guess those are both qualifiable incidents.
Okay, all right, great. Just to clarify that.
You feel better. things still weigh heavily on your mind like they do everyone else's. Still a sense of confusion and a strange sense of deja vu that many of these things have already happened. But regardless, it's been the first time in the jam-packed, busy first couple of months that you spent at school here where you've been able to breathe. And one day, you are walking around outside of the No Ball Stadium. Actually, you're waiting for a practice to finish. You planned on meeting up with Agval and Lava to go get something to eat after class. And you're just kind of hanging out, and it looks like practice has started to close up. And soon, all the different people are running to like the locker rooms and all the other things to clean up and go to their classes or do whatever. And you, as you're waiting, you see two people that you saw before at the party, Vaymak and Vadak. The two Goliath twins. And you see they are arguing over something. They're walking by you. Vadak, I am telling you, it is obvious to anyone. I simply have the better physique. My pecs are more well-toned, and my triceps are just bigger than yours. Vadak responds, "You are kidding me, man. That is crazy. Did you even say that?" I laugh. Look at my abs, my abdominals, okay? I have 10. Have you ever seen anybody with 10? You look at both of them. They both have 10. All right, and my quads are so huge, you could kill someone with them. It is easy. I have better physique than you. No, that is crazy talk. I laugh at you. Look at my calves. Look at when I raise up on them. I raise up on them and it is like tallest mountain. Okay? There is no way I have better physique than you. They stop and they see you.
No.
Just kind of standing under the shade of a tree. It's a warm day compared to the mostly cold days that have been going as you get further and further into October. People are starting to bundle up, but today is abnormally warm, windy. Hey! You there?
Yeah?
Yeah, you.
Me?
Tell me, can you settle argument between me and my smaller brother? My little brother?
Sure.
Okay, yes. Look, we talking about our physiques, okay? And Vadak here is trying to tell me that he looks better than me. But I tell him no. I mean, look at this. Whoa! Flexes a fucking massive bicep and arm. And look at this. It's crazy. These muscles are fucking rippling. And the other one's like, there's no way. Look at this. And they're fucking hitting these crazy poses, and they're all like, at this point, they've almost kind of forgotten that you're there. You see them hitting these poses.
Like the menacing symbols start popping up.
These fucking bodybuilder big ass poses. The stream can't see it, but you got to imagine.
Right.
You take a look. You watch this grandiose display of bodybuilding, and finally they finish with these fucking big old poses where they're flexing like every muscle at the same time, impossibly. They're like, so who do you think has the better physique? You look at them, they look exactly the same. There is no telling the difference between those two. They sound the same, they look the same, they act the same. They are essentially clones.
I put down whatever I'm doing, and I walk over, and I'm like, "Oh, let's see it again."
Okay.
So they go through it again. Yeah. Okay. All right. I don't know.
Can I see it maybe one
Come
more
on,
time?
one more time.
And in this time, you see your friends Agval and Lava coming back from practice while they're posing. You see these, there's a sweating gray sediment, mineral full sweat.
Yeah.
And they're like, I'm sorry, I don't mean to be up in your business here. So, what do you think? Who has won this battle?
I don't know.
And Agval comes up. He's like,
Hey, what are you guys doing?
Well, I'm trying to decide who has the better physique. Just can't put my finger on it yet.
Oh, well, that's easy.
Oh.
when you see Agval towers above the two of them, he's got like half a foot,
Really?
fucking
Yeah.
2 inches.
I win, obviously.
You know what? I gotta see all three of you do it at the same time. Let's see this. And Aaron proceeds to keep fucking with them.
The concrete starts cracking.
Yeah, exactly.
It's visibly hotter.
Aaron is just so bored and doesn't give a shit that he's like, how far can I take this?
Hold on. Hold on. Can they all pose at the same time? You see these fucking 3 men of stone, these Goliaths, start hitting these crazy fucking poses. And these suckers. That could be your mind.
Right, yeah.
Watching. You see Agval hit these fucking nasty poses. Boom, and Vadak and Baymac join him. They hit these massive bodybuilding poses. Boom, like they're breaking out of stone. It is something.
Killer man.
It is something to witness.
Okay, so I probably keep them going at this probably for like 30 minutes, and then I'm like, no, I think I know who's the best. You know, I think I know.
Who?
Oh man, you wouldn't believe me if I told you. Our buddy Gorn. And I just pick up my shit and leave.
I am there. You told me I was there. I can like backhand you so fucking hard.
You slap him, and
You
the
have
rest,
to see that.
and the
at least
rest-
dog.
no, the rest of them are like, who is Gorn? I don't know, but maybe he's big. We should meet him. Yeah. And then you walk off. Meanwhile, Ashim and Mace and Gutter Snipe, you all have me walking along in the promenade one day, just having a good time. And you're like, Ashim, all of a sudden you're like, wait, what's that? You see something in the distance. It looks like there's a bunch of big gray guys. Just
I just go, Oh no, they're doing it again.
Mace, you watch as she runs after them, and Gutter Snipe, you and Mace are just left standing there. Mace, you feel like you're standing there and someone's watching
From the west
from the
specifically.
west, yeah. You look, and in the far distance, through a window, dormitory 2, 4th floor. Gore.
All the windows just shatter.
And that is where we're going to end
God.
tonight's session.
So, you said this was after a gnome ball practice?
Yeah,
Alright, why wouldn't I have been with...
sectionals.
Okay.
So that is where we're going to end session number 34. Thank you all for coming. If you're watching us for the first time, you're probably a little confused, especially because you didn't see any of my crazy fucking poses. Next session, I'll start with me posing crazily. If you're watching for a 2nd through 10th time, then thanks. And if you're watching for more times than that, you're a part of the game. Thank you all for coming, scheduling your time, etc., etc. I hope you all enjoyed. This has been The Collective number 7. Sorry.
What?
If you
Who's this collective? Huh? Is this your other family?
You can all take inspiration
Hell yeah.
for me doing that. This has been The Delinquents, session 34, Deja Vu 2. Thank you all for coming again.